Every evening, after the last bell rang, Daniel remained in the classroom long after his classmates had left. While others went home or gathered outside to talk, Daniel stayed behind with his books stacked neatly on the desk. He believed in one simple rule: the longer you study, the better you will perform. And so, he studied hard. He read his textbooks from cover to cover, underlining almost every line. He memorized pages word for word and stayed awake late into the night, sometimes sleeping only 3 or 4 hours. His friends admired his discipline. His teachers often said, "Daniel works very hard." When exam results were released, however, the admiration turned into confusion. Daniel failed. Not badly, but badly enough. His scores were average at best, and in some subjects, below average. As he stared at the red marks on his paper, his hands trembled. How could this be? He wondered. I studied more than anyone else. At home that evening, Daniel opened his books again, convinced that the solution was to study even longer. But something inside him felt broken. The harder he worked, the worse he seemed to perform. A week later, his teacher asked him to stay back after class. "Daniel," she said gently, "tell me how you study." He explained his routine with pride: long hours, repeated reading, memorization, no breaks. The teacher listened carefully, then smiled. "You're working hard," she said, "but you're studying the wrong way." She introduced him to a different approach. Instead of rereading, Daniel began to test himself with questions. Instead of cramming, he studied in short, focused sessions. He learned to explain concepts in his own words, teach them to an imaginary student, and revisit topics over several days instead of one long night. At first, it felt uncomfortable. Studying for only 1 hour felt like cheating. Closing his book and testing himself felt risky. But he trusted the process. Weeks passed. When the next test came, Daniel felt calm instead of exhausted. The results shocked him. He didn't just pass, he excelled. For the first time, Daniel understood something important. Success wasn't about how long he studied, but how well he studied. His confidence grew, his stress reduced, and learning became clearer and more meaningful. Daniel never stopped working hard. But from that day on, he worked smart. Lesson: hard work matters, but without smart study techniques, effort can be wasted. Learning effectively beats studying endlessly.